existence of the conference, Central has never failed to be part of it, and Logan is one of the few teams in this conference to beat them during the course of the year. Last year, they defeated them 17-14, kind of a surprise.
Well, Art, it's 8 years running for Central making it into the playoffs, and of course they'd like to keep that streak alive as Central gets set to kick off here this evening. Logan get a shot at it first.
Logan, receiving team, taken at the 21-yard line, 22, and runs right out of bounds immediately. And that's where the Rangers will start tonight. And they got a varied offense out there, Pat, and when they bring out it, we'll pinpoint it for you.
Corey West making a reception there, and the momentum carried him right out of bounds, and that's where Logan's going to start with the football here on their first drive of this evening, coming to you from Swanson Field.
Quarterbacking the Logan Rangers will be Paul Manchester. He's got quite an arm on him. He's got the ability to throw in the backfield. Denver Harris, who sat out last week with a deep thigh bruise, is back in the lineup wearing number 22. Single back set. Manchester fakes to the right, long downfield he goes. He's got a man open, and it's juggled. Finally, it's incomplete at about midfield.
Well, he had a couple of defenders down there. Manchester going for Butterfield, and he got his fingertips on the football, but got airborne and wasn't quite able to hold on to it.
That brings up a 2nd and 10 now for Logan. As we said, Denver Harris in the backfield. That kid has gone over 100 yards several times this year, a minimum of 4 that we know of. He, in fact, had 191 yards in an outing against Eau Claire North earlier in the season. Turn the give goes to Harris. Right side, oh, big hole. He's got a blocker up there, head on head. And he finally comes down. He's around the first down area there, very close for Lacrosse Logan. Denver Harris.
He found a head of steam as he came around the right side and kind of collided there with linebacker Phil Hess. Took him on right at the knees and was able to bring him down, but it is going to be a first down for the Logan Rangers.
He got on the outside. That kid is fast. As we said, he'll carry that ball anywhere between 20 and 30 times tonight.
Boy, Hess did a good job bringing him down there, just able to wrap him up as he came right at him, had to take him head on.
High formation, Harris once again. There's no room over there for him. So it'll bring 2nd down and long, probably about 10 yards here, as Logan gets nothing on that play.
Boy, tried to go over to the right side again where they found some room on the play before, but not that time. Big pileup over there, all kinds of Central Red Raiders there, and they bring him down. They'll lose about maybe a foot on the play or so.
So 2nd down, Manchester with an I formation behind him, gives the 2nd man in the line, Harris again, and nothing. He got sandwiched and brought down immediately, loss of a couple.
He was smacked right there in the backfield, and it was number 84, Mark Peterson, who was there to bring him down.
That brings up 3rd down and 12. The other big game of the Mississippi Valley Conference tonight is Holman taking on Toma, and that game, if Holman wins, Holman would automatically get a piece of the championship. Big game at Viking Field tonight. 3rd and 12, Manchester fakes in, back, lots of time, throwing downfield, got his man, is complete. Down at the 42-yard line of Logan. First down and lots of spare, received by Denver Harris.
Boy, what a nice play that time. You can tell where Manchester wanted to go. He dropped back, he looked to his left to put the ball right on the money, came down right in his arms, and it's a big first down. Logan able to keep their opening drive alive.
Manchester showing he can move the team in the air. Has had a couple of great games throwing. Harris once again turns upfield, slips one tackle, finally brought down, but not after he gets about 5.
He's finally brought down by Brett Schillen, but you're right, Art, able to slip a couple tackles in there. Looked like he was just kind of sliding on through there, maybe going sideways as he went through, and picked up a nice gain on first down.
These two teams match up pretty well. There are a couple of big kids out there who will pinpoint them out. Also, the mighty little guy out there too tonight. We'll get a chance to see him, point him. He's on Logan's team. He's a hard-nosed kid. In the line, straight ahead. Big hole, pulls his way ahead. First down or very near for Lacrosse Logan as they cross the 35-yard line.
On the tackle for Central that time was John McBride, but able to just pull his way through there. You talk about having some open air and open territory. Found it that time on the left side.
Sam Sorensen, the ball carrier, makes it 3rd down and 1 Pitch out to Harris, looking for some room to go ahead. He gets one tackle. Big runs, a foot race to the end zone. Harris hitting to the corner, and he gets in. Denver Harris from 34 yards out.
Boy, did he use his blocker that time. He stayed behind his blocker until things opened up, and then he turned on that speed that Art was telling you he had speed, and he turned it up the sidelines, headed for the corner of the end zone over there, and was able to get in. And an early lead here with 9-12 left to go in the first half. It's a 6-0 ball game with Logan on top.
That block was thrown by Jim Klinecki. That sprung Harris for that 34-yard TD run.
Boy, he just kind of hung on back behind him until he saw that daylight, and as soon as that green opened up in front of him, he hightailed it right into the end zone.
Extra point. Oh, he faked and he stumbled over his own player. So the extra point attempt is no good. As Corey West took the snap and tried to run for it. So that makes the score 6-0 as Logan on their first possession heads downfield and drives 78 yards for the TD. It's Lacrosse Logan 6, Central nothing. Central get the ball for the first time right after this break.
At Pischke Motors in West Salem, you'll find the complete Chrysler lineup featuring Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle. Award-winning drive-in 5-star service. Customer satisfaction since 1920. Friendly assistance and excellent selection.
We're back with action from Swanson Field as Lacrosse Logan has kicked off to Lacrosse Central, and the kickoff, he put his knee down, and he's about the 5-6 yard line.
He put his knee down and looked like he wanted to run with the ball, but the officials are right there blowing the whistle, so Central's going to start deep in their own territory on their first possession and trailing by 6 points.
Quarterbacking for Central is Brian Rosenau. Turn the give, and not much up the middle there. Rosenau, the quarterback at 5'9", 170 pounds.
Coming out on the ground on the first play and only going to pick up about a yard.
Central's offense is averaging about 15 points a game. Logan's defense has given up 19 points a game this year. Once again, a lot of activity in the middle, but not much. Logan's defense is holding strong in there.
Yeah, Central trying to bang away again in there, trying to block a hole in there and get a little room up the middle, but nothing doing that time. Logan holding real tight again.
Trisoni, the ball carrier on that last play, he is their horse back there, number 33. It picks up about 4 or 5. It is 3rd down, and we'll call it 6. Oh, across the middle comes Fimpong, number 42. He's a little guy we were talking about. He's 5'2" and 115 pounds.
Well, he's quick, Art, but that was just a little bit too quick that time.
Exactly. Fimpong is a senior, and they literally put him in the line. A little bitty guy, but he moves so fast. As everybody will tell you, he's a hard-nosed kid. He loves playing. He gets right up in that line.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and a real short 1 here for the Central Red Raiders.
Rose now gives the handoff, and it looks like they got the first down a little bit more.
Coming around the outside on the right side that time and able to pick up enough for the first down, a couple more yards, but able to keep that drive alive, thanks probably in part to the penalty.
Central loves to run.
What a difference you've got there on the Logan line. You've got Matt Schreier there, the tallest guy on the team, right next to the shortest guy on the team.
Yeah, 6'7" against 5'2", right side by side. You know, if you pay too much attention, as that play goes for maybe a yard and a half, you pay too much attention to Schreier. You got Fimpong in there, who, as we said, he's quick, he's fast. You can't ignore him. He gets in there and makes tackles.
Oh, he did that time, Art. He just scooted right around the blocker and was able to come up behind and bring him down after a gain of about a yard.
7 minutes left in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Lacrosse Logan. Rosenau back to pass, flips it out here, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and it falls incomplete. That'll bring up third.
Looked like he had a shot at coming up with the pass, but fell through his arms as he made a dive for it and fell down in front of him. He wasn't able to hold on to it.
That was a sophomore out there, Matt Kloss, it was intended for. As we said, Central is not a team that likes to pass an awful lot.
Boy, what a beautiful night for football here. Full moon over Swanson Field.
Third down, 9. Option play, pitches it out, and lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as Central picks up 1 first down in this series, and looks like they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, nothing doing fooling the Logan Ranger defense that time as they tried to pitch back, but great reaction on the part of Logan, able to run him out of bounds over there, and that'll bring Central's first drive to an end here. It's 4th and about 9. Make it 4th and 7.
These lines for both these ball clubs are big. I mean, we're talking kids that are, you know, consistently 200 pounds, and then they got your isolated 240. You said Matt Schreier is at 6'6", 6'7", and 270 pounds. Whoa, that was close. And Harris takes it, but he's hit immediately. And he'll be down at his own 48-yard line as Logan has got some excellent field position.
Boy, he looked up, caught the football, and was tackled just that quick.
Bringing him down right away. He's lucky he hung on to that one the way he got hit.
Yeah, he did a good job of holding on to it because the defender was right there on top of him. 6:37 left to go in the first quarter. A 6-0 lead. Logan on top, and they've got the football with a first down.
Handoff goes to Harris. Not a big kid, but he picks up a lot of yardage on that little play, following his blockers. Right up on the back of Matt Schreier.
From what we've seen here this evening, Harris does a good job of using his blockers. Again, that time, staying right with them, waiting to see if he can pick the hole and get an even bigger gain.
About a 4-yard pickup for Harris as he takes the football across the midfield stripe. It's now on the 48-yard line of Central. Harris once again with the handoff, cuts up field. Met, but not before. He picks up another 4.
Cam Knipp was the first person to hit him, but had to have some help to bring him down as he was moving over here on the left side.
Harris with 2 carries, each for 4 yards. Now we're at 3rd and 2. Ball on the 44-yard line of Central. Justin Thorson going wide to the high end of your screen. In motion goes Thorson. Split backs. Manchester long count pitches out here to Harris. He's got a blocker in front of him, cuts up field. He gets the first down and more.
Looked like he stumbled a little bit over there on the right side. Looked like he might pick up a little bit more, but was finally brought down as he tried to make the corner, but not before he got that first down, keeping the Logan drive alive.
1st and 10. Once again, Harris was following the blocking of Jim Klinicki. Same play looked like for the one he ran the touchdown for. 1st and 10. In motion. Deep back. It's a pass. A little three-pointer pass out here and got some running room. And he picks up a good chunky yardage out here to Sam Sorensen. It's actually a lateral.
Now here all of a sudden you look out here and Sorensen's standing all alone and he's got the football. He's got some green in front of him before there's some defenders. And he's able to turn on his speed and get up there.
That play developed nicely as Sorensen going in motion. Got himself wide open out here, and then he had the wide receiver out in front of him to help block.
And Art, they're going to tack on some more yardage. A personal foul against Central happened down here in front of the Logan bench. And so it's going to turn out to be a big gainer on that one for Logan.
Wow. Stepping this one off, and they're going to finally spot it down about the 16-yard line. So this first half has been dominated by Logan, and this last penalty puts him in an excellent spot.
With some banks, banking anytime, from anywhere, is impossible. 24-hour touch-tone banking from First Federal is right up your alley. When you want free checking, other banks just hold their ground. Totally free checking from First Federal is right on the ball. Banks with limited locations make it difficult to just drop in. With First Federal all around town, we're hard to miss.
We asked our customers, why Brennigans?
Come to Brannigan. They keep their word. They do what they say.
I brought it up and they told me exactly what was wrong with it and fixed it right away.
I bring this in for oil changes. I had one minor problem with this, a little rattle, and they took care of it the same day. No problem.
In fact, one day I called over at 1:30 and I brought the car over at 4 o'clock to be fixed.
See what Brennigan service can do for you.
Back on the field, Denver Harris with the ball and the carry. He picks up about 4 yards on the first down play after that penalty. So it'll be at about the 12-yard line now. 2nd and 6 from the 12. Manchester back in motion. Manchester calling the play. Fakes one way, looks in the end zone. Just out of the outstretched hands, intended in the end zone for number 2, Jeremy Lawrence. 5'11", 180-pound junior.
Looked like he had a shot at it. Nice move by the quarterback that time, and then kind of lobbed it over the middle of Lawrence and made a dive for it, but just over his outstretched hands. They wanted a touchdown on that play, Art.
Logan now looking at a 3rd and 5, obviously in 2-down territory. Hand up the middle, and slips one tackle and into the end zone. Jeremiah Shaver, the sophomore.
Boy, great fake that time as they had most of the Central defense heading to the other side of the field. And there he came right through there and in for the touchdown. 12-0 now. Logan's lead with 4:18 left to go in the first quarter. And so far here in the first quarter, Logan just dominating. Now Central coming in here with 4 straight wins. A big loss for Logan coming in here tonight, but I guess an exciting game like this, the big inter-city battle, big conference things at stake. You throw away the record book and everything else, and you just play football.
Extra point. Through, no problem. Rob Geske nails it, and it makes it 13-0.
Your money is safe with First National.
Back for the kickoff and a line drive. Bouncing off the Central players, but covered up at the 31-yard line, and Central will get the football there. And Pat, they haven't had good field position at all this first quarter.
Well, they started out on this kickoff like they did on the last one, with some trouble on it again. Finally, Adam Frost was able to fall on it, but there was a line drive and hit one of the players, and he kind of lost control of it, and Frost able to fall on it. But again, kind of tough field position for Central.
Here they come, the snap. Rosen up the middle, and boy, they're finding nothing there. They're running right at that big and little combination of Schreier and Fimfong.
Yeah, tried to sink it through there, but you've got the size of Schreier and the speed in there, and there was nothing doing that time there.
Schreier, number 72. Fimfong is number 42. It's 6'7", 270 pounds, alongside of 5'2", 115. Just amazing. Logan with a 2nd down and 12. Some running room up the middle where he's dragged down.
At Pischke Motors in West Salem, you'll find
right now.
It is the 1st and 10. As they measure that one out. Rosenau running left, throwing right, and just shy. Boy, that was close to being complete. Just shy of the intended receiver out there at the 45-yard line.
Trying to get the ball to Matt Close, and Close trying to put on the brakes and skid, and as he was going down trying to make the catch, not quite able to hold on to it. From our vantage point here, it did look like he had it, but down on the field, it was obvious that it was incomplete.
So shifting in and out the play, and It will bring up 2nd down and 10. Central working from their own 42-yard line. Turn the give, the second back in the line, and he's met hard, maybe a yard. He met a wave of red jerseys in the middle, Schreier right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, I think that's the guy that he ran into first, Matt Schreier, and there was no going any place. Of course, Matt Schreier, the player that was quoted today in the paper, talking about how he really wants that arc back at Logan. They had it, what, year before? And he said he never had a chance to look inside of it. So he wants it back, this being his senior year. He wants to look at those clippings that are in there.
Nate Bockham was the ball carrier. 3rd down. Rosen now slipping a tackle, looking downfield, overthrows his man. Is it caught? Is it intercepted? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Manchester coming up with the interception.
That's especially sweet when you play quarterback on one side, defensive back on the other, and you're able to come up with the interception like that. But good pressure put on the quarterback that time, and made him throw on the run. And Manchester right there making the diving catch, and they say it was an interception. 1st down for Logan. That central drive comes to a very abrupt halt.
Manchester this year coming into the starting role after being behind Brian Brisky last year. Did an excellent job for Logan. Manchester fakes once, looks downfield, lots of pressure, slips a tackle. He's got a ton of running room. Follows his blockers, he's across midfield. Lots of slips, another one. What a run by Manchester to the 30-yard line of Central.
Boy, the pressure was on him in the backfield, and he got beyond that pressure, and he looked upfield, and you could tell he was going. Headed for the right side, a lot of room out there, and he's finally wrestled down, but a big gainer here. Nate Bockham finally, for Central, able to wrap him up and bring him down. He took him on head on.
That pocket that was around him went way past him, and when he stepped up, he couldn't believe how much running room he had. Big pickup, big yardage for Manchester. We've got 1:34 left in the 1st quarter. And Logan on the run again. Harris carrying the football, maybe 2 on the outside, 3 yards as he goes straight ahead.
A couple of tough yards that time, and it was tough for the offensive line. You could see him in there trying to dig something out for him, pushing and fighting, and finally everybody got pushed back, but now they're going to give him about 2 yards on that.
2nd and 8. They're calling it the 29-yard line for the spot of Central. Logan with split backs. 2 wide receivers split wide. Fake pitch out. Goes straight ahead. Almost looked like a broken play as they run straight ahead.
Well, it certainly was interesting. It was a fake pitch back and then the handoff to Sorensen as he came by him. And still good to pick up a couple of yards. Picked up about 3 on that.
3rd and 5. Probably one more play in this quarter. And we got a timeout in the field called by Logan. With a 3rd and 5 facing them. And we'll just keep it here, Pat. In this ball game tonight, talked about the Mississippi Valley Conference a little bit because, as we said, this is a huge game for the championship and the ARC. As city championship has gone by because Aquinas beat both these ball clubs earlier this year. But this is a huge game because of the fact that the WIAA playoff berth, if one of these teams lose, they're probably, for all practical purposes, out of the race.
Well, and that's why it's such an important game here this evening. And you know, you can tell by just you look around the crowd that's here, a big crowd on hand, and there was no doubt that when this Logan football team came out on the field tonight, they were ready to play. Now, it's easy for us to see that because they're right down in front of us. I suspect the same thing is true over on the Central side, too, but a little bit harder to get that impression. But when you look up on the scoreboard, a 13-0 lead with 30 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter, you know that Logan has been serious, and they're moving the football again.
Well, Denver Harris and Paul Manchester doing a great job in that backfield offensively. That line for Logan has been just blowing them out of there and doing a great job as well. 3rd down and 5, rather. In motion. Pitch out here to Harris. Looking upfield. He slips one tackler. He gets around the corner. He's shy of the 1st down. Might have picked up 3 yards. Or it might be very... Look at this thing. Spotted a little closer than I thought.
Yeah, he's going to be close. They're going to measure for this one. At first, it didn't look like he was going to get it, but as he was falling down, he fell ahead for a yard or so there, and it's going to be close. Chains have to come in from the far side of the field. So we'll get the good view up here.
Harris is not a big kid. He's 5'8", 160 pounds.
I'll make sure they stretch those chains out all the way.
Boy, that's going to be close.
And it is close. Boy, the official's got to get down there.
Wow.
What, an inch?
That's what someone's crowd said, about an inch. I would guess that they're going to go for it. This far down in there.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
You know, the thing about Logan is they do have a kid who can kick field goals too, and I think this might be out of his range, but they're not far from where they might send him in to kick a field goal.
I think it's time to call for that Logan line we've been seeing here this evening. Have them step up to the plate here and see what they can do.
Yeah, this could be a simple little quarterback keeper. There goes, oh, Manchester gets hit hard. I don't know.
It'll be close. And I think we may have another measurement here as they sort it out. Central team says they've got it. Of course, you'd expect that. And bring out the chains again. Boy, it looks like it's in about the same place.
Sure does.
But then they only had to get an inch.
Wow. Manchester just trying to go over his left tackle. And he was stacked up right away.
15 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Oh, I don't
look
think
at
so.
that.
Actually pushed it back.
Yeah, they did.
Wow, first time Logan's been stopped tonight.
Well, you talk about a defensive play that can change the momentum of a football game. Usually it's offensive plays that do that, but big defensive stand that time.
Central needed something like that.
Yeah, they did.
15 seconds left in the first quarter of play. It's 13-0 Lacrosse Logan as they turn the ball over on downs. And the clock is moving. I doubt if they'll get this play off. We do come to the end of the first quarter, and the battle between the two lacrosse schools. It's Lacrosse Logan leading Central 13-0. We've come to the end of the first quarter. We'll be back.
Well,
they've got some ground to make up here. See if they can turn it around in the second quarter.
Well, a massive pile of white going front on the right side, forward on the right side, and Logan stacks them up, but not after they gather about 4 or 5 yards.
Art, you said nothing's missing, and really here for the final regular season game, the cold weather's missing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful night. It's unbelievable.
Use that every time. There weren't that many years ago when we were doing a game up at Memorial Field. Aquinas was up there, and it was like 14 below. The field was unbelievably hard.
Boy, not much that time.
Actually looked like a loss on the play. I think it was Chisoni carrying the football.
Trying to find some room there in the center, trying to move around the Logan line, but not having a lot of luck at that. That'll bring up third and about 6, maybe about 5.
Pitch out, and getting in there, making a tackle. Number 45, Nate Bockham, gets nothing over there.
Corey West was right there. I don't know how he got back there so fast. He looked like he knew where that play was coming, and Corey wrapped him up and brought him down. It'll be a sizable loss, and more importantly, 4th down for Central. They had the tough defensive stand there that they would really like to come back here with some offense and move the football.
Boy, that name Corey West has been coming up a lot on defense tonight.
It has. He's been getting back there real quick.
Brian Rosenau will kick the football for Central. Got lots of time. Good punt, a lot of hang time coming down on this one. Taken, and he slips a tackle at the 40. Boy, he's met by a wave of white jerseys and only gets about 2 more yards. And that's where Central will start. Our play along with Pat Smith, bring you this final regular season game.
Now, Logan's got some nice field position again. See if they can pick up where they left off in the first quarter, moving the football down the field, 13-0 lead.
Bob Christofferson, the head coach for Lacrosse Logan. His Rangers are dressed in red. Mike Anderson Red Raiders are in the black and white, and very little pickup on that play. Nothing.
Yeah, not much room that time. Chad Deesberg, one of the Central Red Raiders that was over there and able to bring him down. Just about on the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a foot or so.
We talked about that big line of kids that are out there. Deesberg, as Pat just said, is 6'1", 240. It's kind of weight and size we're seeing on these kids in the Mississippi Valley these days. Unbelievable. Harris in motion to the near side. Fake pump. Manchester.
Oh, he heaves it.
Oh, and it's tipped and completed. And he stripped one tackler. He's almost in the end zone to get in. We mark him in.
Oh, he's down about the 1.
Oh, my goodness. A tip pass going to Greg Schrim. Or was that number 87? I thought it was number 88 who caught that one.
Well, it was Nate Bockham from Central who tipped the football, looked like he had the interception, and it went right through his fingertips into the hands of the Logan player, and he headed for the end zone. And you talk about the bounce of a football. It went Logan's way that time.
Did it ever. Manchester's pass looked like it could have been easily picked off, went through the hands of the defender, and up and right into the hands of the Ranger receiver. Manchester, hands straight off, straight ahead, and he didn't get it.
No, I don't think he did. He's going to be close as they started out on about the 1-yard line, and looks like they'll move it, maybe 6 inches or so closer to the end zone. Logan trying to get another 6 points up on the board here real fast.
And they've got less than a foot to go. They might do a quarterback keeper on this one. Manchester turns out to Harris. Harris looking in the end zone. Oh, he didn't get it. And we got a penalty flag in the backfield.
Yeah, there's a flag down.
Where that one was thrown, Pat, looked like it could be some kind of motion penalty against Logan.
It is. It's going to be a motion penalty against Logan. And, you know, we saw Central down here on the other side of the field on that short yardage situation really digging in and making a statement. And that's exactly what they're doing down here on the other side of the field now.
Head Bakken, hard-nosed football right now.
Well, they're going to get everything marked off and backed up here a little bit.
That might have been Justin Thorson who caught that pass, number 86. We'll double check that, but that 5-yard penalty is marked off against Logan. So it brings up a 2nd and 6, more like second, just a lot of long 5.
Changes their strategy just a little bit here.
In motion goes Thorson across the field. Manchester going the short side, looking for somebody in the end zone. Zips it in there, and it's caught. Caught by number 86, Justin Thorson.
I think it was Thorson over there, able to come up with the touchdown pass over on the far side of the field, and Logan building on that lead. It's now 19-0 with 8:04 left to go in the first half of action here at Swanson Field, and it has just been Logan's night so far. Logan's night to shine over Central.
Absolutely. They just might be going for 2 points now.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they are. Logan Ranger running up and down the track in front of us here, throwing the football into the stands. And they are going to try and put 2 points up on the board here.
Yeah, make it so it's a good 3-touchdown lead. Manchester's going to roll to his right. He's got the option of running.
He's got his man there. Now it fills
Goes
up.
in.
He's got him. Oh, yeah.
Manchester at the last second whips it in there. It's Thorson again.
Thorson was open. It looked like he was covered, but Manchester just put it right on the money and picking up the 2 points. Justin Thorson here with just a series of big plays for the Logan Rangers. 21-0. 8:04 left to go in the first half. Wow.
And Logan controlling this football game. As we get set for the kickoff, we're going to take a break. Across Logan, tonight's offense has been on key because this is their They've had the football 4 times. They've only been stopped once on downs.
Yeah, and they went for it on 4th down that time and came up very, very near having the first down. But it's been Logan tonight so far, 21-0.
Line drive, kickoff, coming down at the 10. Right up the gut. He's got a wall of blockers there, and he's brought down. Nice run back to the 34-yard line by La Crosse Central. That was Nate Bockham coming down at the 34.
It was number 1 for the Logan Rangers. Chris Corbin, a senior, who was introduced here earlier this evening as they introduced, and a special salute to the seniors at their last regular season game here at Swanson Field. Made a nice tackle on that play.
Chris Swartout, the center for Logan, snaps it to Rosenau. He slips one. And Trussoni with about a 3-yard pickup.
It was Jeremy Lawrence for the Logan Rangers down there making a tackle, 5'11" junior, 180-pounder.
Three-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. And a lot of action in the backfield. Turn upfield he goes. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage as Larry Kaufman loses his legs right about the 40-yard line.
A little razzle-dazzle there on Central's part. A double handoff in the backfield, but didn't work. Logan was right there to bring him down and bring up a 3rd and 4. Boy, Central facing a lot of 3rd down situations here this evening. Try and capitalize on this one. 3rd and about 4.
There's Rosenau rolling to the right, sets up, throws upfield, got his man, and a penalty flag right at the end, so that's got to be against Logan. Trussoni catches it, and looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, that was a nice play that time. Trussoni able to make the reception. Looked like he was going to be just a little bit short of the first down and able to turn around, pick up the first down, as the penalty is going to be against Logan. Pass interference call. So it's going to work out to be a first down here for the Central Red Raiders, and they need this drive to keep alive here. They've got to get down and get some points on the board. 21-0.
6:35 left in the first half, and this penalty will be accepted.
That's the big march downfield this time.
Ooh, boy, give him a push in the back, and that's a big play for Central. Logan had one of those earlier tonight where they had a reception plus a penalty at the end of it. So as a result, it moves the football to the Logan 45-yard line. Central first man in the line. Looks like Trussoni once again. He gets some good yardage as he pulls his way up the middle.
Yeah, real quick action play that time. Nothing slow about that one. They just hit it right into the hole that they were able to push through there. And pick up some pretty nice yardage on it. Pick up about 5 yards.
Matt Schreier goes back in the lineup trying to beef up the middle for Logan. Rosenau. He's got the split backs. Pitches out to the right. First down, a lot more. Quick opening play on the far side of the field. And I think Trussoni's going to get up in the middle of that pile once again, and he's got a first down and a lot more.
Boy, when he gets a chance to scamper, he is quick. That time he got the pitch out, and he was already rolling, and he shot right through there. Enough yardage for the first down for Central.
Trussoni and Nate Bockham, key backs for Central, doing a good job for him tonight. If they get a touchdown here before the half concludes, they could be back in this football game in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Central, as we said, likes to run. There it is again, right up the middle, but they do pick up 4 or 5 yards. You don't see them passing too often.
Central likes to run it, and from what we've seen, it's not real easy to bring their running backs down either. Difficult to bring down. That time never really brought him down, able to push him back and make it second and about 7, picked up about 3 yards on the play.
If there's a favorite receiver for Rosenau, it's Cam Knipp, number 44. He's out to the left. Oh, trouble in the backfield for Central.
And there are red jerseys all over the place. Boy, Logan reacted very quickly to that, and they smother him. It's going to be a big loss. A loss of almost 10 yards for Central.
Boy, somewhere in the middle of that, I think Bim Fong had to be. Looked like a little guy was in there somewhere.
He was certainly back there as they were making the tackle. Didn't see who swatted the ball out, but it came flying out of there.
Third down, and with that loss, makes it 15 yards to go. After a nice series of downs, here's the biggest one that faces Central.
Yeah, big third down, 3rd and 15.
Slot left. Straight ahead they go. And it looks like Trussoni once again, and a late flag.
Have to wait and see what that is, see if there will be a penalty that'll keep the Central drive alive. I'm suspecting it's going to be a face mask.
Oh, boy.
And that's what it is.
That's a second penalty, a big one against Logan. It was 3rd and 15, and this penalty, I'm sure they'll accept it. He's going to march it downfield a lot farther.
Getting advice from the sidelines, both of the teams.
Well, I think Logan's might be looking to call a timeout here.
I think that's what's happening, yeah. They're going to move the chains.
Yeah, it's a big one, and the first down will be given to Central. Bob Christopherson, the head coach of Logan, doesn't want to see this happening late in the first half. He doesn't want his team to get a letdown. And Rosenau walks back over, the quarterback for Central, and gives the official a penalty flag, and probably a little thank you in there too.
Thank you for keeping this drive moving, because it looked like Central's drive was grinding to a halt. And just like that, new life for Central. There's 4:14 left to go in the first half, a 21-0 lead for Logan.
As Mike Anderson talks to his Red Raiders and Bob Christopherson talks to the Rangers, we'll take this quick 30-second break. Both the coaches got an opportunity to talk to their clubs now as 1st and 10. New set of downs for Central. That ball's at about the 14-yard line. They got plenty of time. 4:14 left in the first half, and flags all over again.
Boy, we haven't had hardly any penalties until this last drive. And this will be the 3rd penalty on this drive, and another one against Logan.
An interference call, face mask, and now offside, so it's a 1st and 5. That moves the football about the 10-yard line, just outside of the 10.
Yeah, Central's going to like the looks of that yellow flag here.
Oh, fumble in the backfield. Logan couldn't recover as Central gets it in their own backfield, but they lose the down and about 3-4 yards.
Nate Bockham finally able to come up with it. A collision in the backfield, and the ball came popping loose, and Nate Bockham there was able to pull on it and retain the ball for Central, but now 2nd down, and 2nd down and about 8.
3-yard loss. Rosenau turned, big pitch out to the far side, and taking his legs out from underneath him, gets a couple. It's inside the 10-yard line, but it's going to bring up now 3rd and long.
Boy, another 3rd and long situation for Central here. They've been facing that throughout the night, and got to make it tough. 3rd and about 6 with 3:20 left to go in the first half.
As you said, they like to run the ball. Not too many runs, passes. Well, nothing there either. Boy, maybe a couple yards.
Well, he was able to make something out of it as he was wrapped up, looked like as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage, but able to keep his feet moving and come by, what, about 2 yards short of the first down?
Yeah, they gave him 4 yards in the play, so obviously Central's going to go after this thing. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first half.
They need some points.
Central definitely does. Ball's about the 6-yard line. Turn the give. It's Chisoni. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, boy.
He was hit hard over there on the right side. And we'll have to wait and see exactly where they're going to spot the football.
Manchester.
Logan's defense is heading out on the field. They're confident. They make that their offense.
Right.
Out on the field. Look at that. They're right. They dig in and hold them. And you talk about a half, that is all Logan. And these Logan fans right here in front of us love this. Big round of applause for the defense as they come back to the bench.
Well, Logan now they can hang on to this football. Denver Harris carrying it on the first down play. There's only 2 minutes left in the first half. And as a result, if Logan has to kick the football away and Central gets it back, they're not going to have much time to work with.
And especially with this offense that we know Central has, they like to run the football. Makes that 2 minutes even more of a factor.
Oh, yeah. In motion. And they hand straight ahead. It's Harris. Oh, he gets through. And I don't know, he really finds those holes.
Oh, he does. He really works with his blockers very effectively. And, you know, Art, the way things have been going for Logan, even if they're just trying to run the clock out, they may break one.
That's right. They got the tip. That last defensive series they had, though, they got called for 3 fouls.
And they still were able to hold them on a fourth down.
So it's 3rd down and 1 after Denver Harris carries the football. They hand off again to Harris. He's got it. First down, but not much more. Ball crosses the 15-yard line, about the 16.
Clock will pause momentarily here with 52 seconds left to go as they indicate first down and move the chains. So Logan doing what they needed to do, pick up at least 1 first down here before the half ends.
Clock is moving. 40 seconds left in the half. Manchester turns. Once again gives. Ooh, smacked at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a couple. Looks like Jeremiah Shaver.
Phil Hess on the tackle that time, 5'8", 195, and he hit him and just held right on to him. There was no going any place that time.
Manchester with probably the last play of the first half. 7 seconds, clock is moving. He'll take the snap. Pump fake.
Look at this.
Tipped out there and it falls incomplete. And with the pass falling incomplete, we come to the conclusion of the first half. Lacrosse Logan dominating in the first quarter, and it carries over into the second quarter as they lead this football game 21-0. As they head to the locker rooms and talking over their head coaches, we're going to take this break, and we'll be back with the second half here on Crown Cable. It's Lacrosse. Halftime is just about concluded here as we come back for the start of the third quarter. 21-0, Lacrosse Logan leading Central, and as the teams break from the camp at halftime, Logan wasn't in there very long, Pat, but Central sure did use every second.
Yeah, Central just coming back out onto the field just less than a minute ago. They're not even going to have time to do any warm-ups out on the field, and Logan has been out and done some stretching exercises and some running around, and I suspect it was probably a lot different, the discussions that went on at halftime, the difference between the two teams.
I'm sure there was. You know, you got to be careful if you're Lacrosse Logan. You're up by 3 touchdowns, but not to let up, because Central's got the weapons out there to score in a hurry if you do back off a little bit and get complacent on them.
Well, Logan's out there, and they are ready to play some football. There's no doubt about that. The team is still out onto the field as now, finally, the Central Red Raiders are coming out onto the field, and we'll have 2 teams and get set to go here with the second half. 21-0. Logan over Central here at Swanson Field.
Mike Anderson, the head coach for Lacrosse Central, he's a veteran coach out there who's used to winning championships, and I'm sure he's telling his kids that's exactly what's on the line tonight, reminding them at halftime, and that in the WIA playoff berth. In the years that the MVC has been in existence, Central has had a piece of the championship every single year. This may be the first time in the history of the conference, as it looks right now, if things remain the same, that they wouldn't have a piece of the championship. Central's record up until tonight in the MVC is 26-2. Logan getting one of those wins last year, and Toma beating Central this year earlier. Oh. Right away, we're going to start the game with a penalty against Central. Did you see that call? Was it delay a game?
I'm not sure, Art. I didn't see it, but Geske was getting set to kick off, and they move it right down the field. And he'll be kicking off from the 40-yard line now. Take it to 45.
Well, it looks like that's what it was, is a delay a game.
Yeah.
Central was in the locker room way too long. And they kick it off, and it goes in the end zone. Well, they can run it out. I don't think he was there. He's about the 5-yard line, running up here across the 20, about to the 26-yard line before he's brought down. And 1st and 10 for Central. And we'll see what kind of offense they start running out here as we kick into the second half, because I'm sure they felt they had to make a lot of adjustments.
Well, no, Art, that worked out pretty good for Central. They've got pretty good field position after some of the earlier kickoffs here tonight. They haven't had real good field position, but this time they've got some pretty good position as they start out the second half.
So Central Red Raiders on the left side. And gang tackling over there is, it's hard to spot where they're looking at, but maybe about 3 yards with the pickup.
Pretty much what you'd expect to see from Central, coming out with some hard-nosed running of the football. Pick up maybe about 4, almost 5 yards on that play.
Here's Trussoni once again carrying the ball. Brian Rosenau, hands off straight ahead. Boy, there's some hard hitting going in there. And once again, more gang tackling. Looks like he might have picked up 3 more yards.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to tell exactly from this vantage point where he was as we see they spot the football. And it'll make it 3rd and about 1 for the Red Raiders, because it looked like they had him stacked up, but the whistle didn't blow, and they were still pushing him back when we finally heard the whistle. But it'll be 3rd and about 1, so Central coming out here and running the football, and at least a 3rd and short this time.
And these are never automatic, the way these two defenses have been playing. Straight ahead, looks like he's got it, but not by much.
Well, Central found themselves with 3rd and long situations, 3rd and over 5 many times in the first half. And this time they've got a 3rd and 1, and they take it down for the first down, just barely getting it, but they do get the first down.
And it looks like Central hitting a little harder out there coming out of that locker room.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
It does look like a little more snap on the ball.
Yeah, Central, it looks like the plays are developing quicker. It looks like they're coming off the line faster and hitting harder.
Pitch out to the far side, got some running room, big pickup, almost a first down. Very close to that first down marker if he didn't get it.
Oh, a nice run that time over on the left side, picked up a head of steam, and it's going to make it 2nd and short, 2nd and less than a yard to go for the Central Red Raiders.
Nate Bockham carrying the football. I look around the stands here. I was going to say Brian Brisky's back. I see Jeremy Earp is here. Jeremy went down to Iowa State, played a year down there. Now he's back at UWL. He's a wide receiver.
And his dad was telling us that he's healthy again, trying to get back into the rhythm after his big touchdown in the Stevens Point game.
Yep, first collegiate touchdown, straight ahead again. The give as Central works it up. Trussoni once again bringing it across midfield. As this drive in the opening series for Central is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Central is looking very good right now. They've taken control of the football, and they're doing what they like to do. They like to run the football. They're doing that very effectively right now. And it would have been fun to hear what was said at halftime.
Ooh. Yeah, as you said, they probably need to warm up after that discussion. First down.
Look at that.
Oh, boy, keeping his feet. That's got to be Trussoni again, about 12 yards on the play.
Eddie Young on the tackle that time, and it's a good thing Young was able to wrap him up and get him around the ankles because it looked like he had some daylight. If he would have got past Young, he was headed for the end zone.
Ball sitting on the 37-yard line. This is the first thing you want to worry about if you're Logan, and that's not having a letdown with having yourself a 3-touchdown lead. And Central's coming out here, and they're beating Logan off the line.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Again, another nice run that time. Finding some holes. Those holes just weren't there in the first half. And they're able to punch some holes there. And Central not wasting any time either. Look at this team. They get right back into the huddle. The play comes in. They've got the play. They're going to call the play. They'll be back up to the line of scrimmage. And look at that. I mean, they don't even really huddle up. They're ready to go again.
Wow.
They're really taking it to them right now.
They certainly are. Central with a 2nd and 5. And up the middle, it's going to be close to first down as Trisoni spins down to about the 25-yard line. And I think he might have that first down.
I think he does too. The officials are maybe going to measure here. They're going to look it over and see if they call the chains in. Not quite enough for the first down, but it's going to look like just inches away from the first down. So it'll be 3rd and short for the Central Red Raiders. A rejuvenated Central Red Raider team coming out here in the second half. And some power football here.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Between tackles, Trisoni and Backham carrying the football all the way. Once they wrap it up, look at that. Big yardage here.
Now watch them when they come back here. They're not going to waste any time. They'll take it, they'll come back, they'll get to play, and they will take it right back to them again. Now they've got to move the chains this time, so that'll slow down that rhythm just a little bit. But you talk about a football team getting in their rhythm. It looks like Central has found their rhythm, at least on this drive.
Matt Kloss has been running back and forth, bringing in plays for him. 1st and 10. Here they hand it off. It's got some counter action in there, and that one took a little time to develop. Ends up gaining nothing on that play.
Yeah, got a little bit of off rhythm on that play. They tried that one time in the first half, and it didn't work very well for them. And this time again, Logan was watching for that, not faked out as they tried to reverse it, and held him to about a 1-yard loss.
Cam Kniff, the ball carrier for Central on that last play. Split backs, got a slot to the right. Again, straight ahead. Trisoni, big yardage. Almost down to that first-yard marker as he crosses the 10-yard line.
Finally brought down by Denver Harris, but he just came bursting through a hole there right up through the middle. And a nice big gain that time for Central as they want to keep this drive alive. It'll be 3rd and about 2, and they need to get the football into the end zone. 7-11 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-0. You can hear the cheers coming from the Central side.
And this is going to be a big, big play because Central is dominated here.
And Logan's going to take a timeout and come over and talk about it.
Wow. Well, as these coaches get a chance to talk to their team with a big play on the way, it is 21-0. Central leading, Logan leading Central. We'll be back right after this break.
At other banks, getting a loan for a new home may be hit or miss. But with a Buyer's Edge pre-approved mortgage from First Federal, you can hit the mark. With some banks, tapping into your home's equity may not get you everything you wanted. With a home equity line of credit from First Federal, you can count on 100%. With some banks, banking anytime, from anywhere, is impossible. 24-hour touch-tone banking from First Federal is right up your alley.
At Pischke Motors in West Salem, you'll find the complete Chrysler lineup featuring Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle. Award-winning drive-in 5-star service. Customer satisfaction since 1920. Friendly assistance and excellent selection. A huge new truck center. And the best price for miles. Experience the Pischke difference. Only 5 minutes from Valley View Mall in West Salem. Pischke Motors, where putting you first keeps us number one.
Drive on in to Pischke Motors. See what a difference we make.
Quarterback turned to give, straight ahead, and no.
Boy, what a stack up.
Yep, not a first down, but maybe a gain of a yard in there somewhere.
Well, I think you're right, Art. They're going to have 2 shots at it here. And so they did what they needed to do that time. They used up, picked up, not even half of it. As they move it down there, it looks like they picked up a little bit less than a yard. So it's going to make it 4th. And a good yard that they're going to have to go for it here.
Matt Trisoni, the ball carrier. Not a big kid, 5'9", 170 pounds, but he's the hard-nosed running back for him. Comes up, big play here. Central, 4th and 1 at the 10. Turn to give, and he's got it. 4.
Big play for the Central Red Raiders.
Looked like Nate Bockham carrying the football. Or is it Trussoni coming out of there?
Well, the line did a nice job for him that time. They just punched a hole in there. Enough for the first down, so it'll be a big first down here for the Central Red Raiders. Well, this has been quite a drive.
It has been. It started back, what do we call that, the 25-yard line, 26-yard line?
Yeah, I think it was on the 26-yard line.
That long talk in the locker room for Central has added a lot of spark here in the opening drive for the Red Raiders. First and goal from the 7. Long pitch and caught in the back. Oh, fumble out there. Comes to an end. Fumble. Logan recovers on their own 8 or 9-yard line. And a fantastic drive by Central is fizzled out.
Yeah, Central came out and really got their act together, and they tried that pitch back. There were people back in the backfield that time real fast. That's happened a couple of times where the Logan defenders have gotten back into the backfield. And the ball was fumbled. Logan comes up with it, and Logan puts a stop to it. Boy, Central needed to get into the end zone that time, and it looked like they were going to. You just had that feeling.
Wow, turnovers will kill you.
Look at this.
Harris, oh boy, he had one man to beat. And they reached back and pulled him down as Denver Harris was slipping tackles left and right, and they were lucky. They had one white jersey to wrap him up.
Denver Harris, the junior, 5'8", 160-pound halfback, number 22, looked like he was going to break into daylight that time. And they were able to get a hand on him and hold him just a little bit short of the first down, but boy, nice run on first down there for Logan.
There goes Britt Schillen that came up with a saving tackle. Same play. Harris on the outside. Got a block to kick it out. He's got away with one man. And they get him from behind as he waited for his blockers. Denver Harris piling up the yards.
Adam Frost finally able to wrestle him down from behind. He was weaving in between his blockers trying to find that last little bit of daylight that he needed. And Adam Frost finally able to bring him down. But again, boy, Logan gets the football, and here we come right back in the other direction.
Wow, 2 big running plays, and that was the same identical play back and forth. Harris, what a back following his blockers. First and 10 on the 45-yard line of Logan. Handoff, second back in the line, another big run. Jeremiah Shaver, the ball carrier, only a sophomore, getting tons of playing time.
Everybody was looking for the handoff that time, and they kind of faked him out as he gave it to the second back through, and he was able to find some more running room. Logan now moving the football, coming out with an impressive running drive of their own.
High formation, wide receiver split both ways. Shaver in motion to the near side. Fake pass, pumps, pressure on Manchester. He's going to run it. Got lots of running room. Puts his head down, runs out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Another big pickup of about 17 yards for Manchester.
Well, they did that look to the left that time, and we saw that earlier in the night where Manchester did throw it to Shaver over on the left side. That time he faked that, and he really cleared out that area right in there when he did that, gave him some running room, and he was able to scamper down there. Another big first down for the Logan Rangers.
Manchester was a big figure in the basketball team for Logan as well. Quite an athlete for him. Oh, Harris. Oh, boy, they bent him in half.
Yeah, they did. They kind of folded him up like a jackknife that time.
Harris not a big kid. As you said, he's about 170 pounds. He gets in the middle of those 200-pounders in there, up to 240.
Well, that was Phil Hess that time that kind of cracked him back there. Phil is 5'8", 195, a real compact guy, and he's got some power when he puts a hit on. We've seen him with a couple of nice hits here tonight.
Second down and 10 is no gain on the play. Manchester, one pump fake over the middle. He's got a man. He's there. And a fumble. He picked up by, no, it's still loose. I think it's Central.
It will be Central's ball. It looked like Logan was going to come back up with it, but it popped loose again for a second time, and Central's there to pick it up. Wow, what a break for Central there.
Well, Jeremy Lawrence caught the football, fumbled it. It looked like a Ranger had jumped on it. Ended up Central at the tail end of that, covering the ball and getting a 1st and 10.
Well, it was a good-looking play by Logan all the way, too, until the fumble, because they had him right up the center that time, and the quarterback with a nice fake laid it right in there. And Central's back in business.
Yeah, they're back in business at the 5-yard line. They're
doing business the hard way, though.
You get down in that area there, some coaches will tell you they can only run about 70% of their plays down in that tight area.
Well, you don't want to be doing one of those pitchbacks like they tried down here on the other end back in that territory.
About a yard pickup on the play. If Logan can hold, they'll get that football back in some excellent position again.
3 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Rosenau rolling out to his left, got some running room, he's going upfield. It's going to be close to the first down. I think he dives out of bounds, but I think he also, as he dives out, gets the first down.
Yeah, Rosenau put his head down that time, and Eric West rode him out of bounds, but couldn't have been very comfortable for either one of them because he put his head down and really took him on. But it was enough for the first down. Had to do that to pick up the first.
Fast-moving third quarter. We got 2:50 left in the third. 21-0. Lacrosse Logan leading Central. Logan in their red jerseys, Central in their black and white.
Well, both teams running the football a lot here in the second half, and the clock just flies by when that happens.
Rosenau rolling right. Nobody's open. He's got to take it upfield himself. Ooh, get some good yardage, but he paid for it.
Boy, he ran a long way, too, for just a little pickup. He wanted to get rid of that ball and throw it downfield, but all he could see was some big red guys out there in front of him.
The biggest of the red guys is Matt Schreier taking him down. The big guy at 6'7", 240, knocking him down, 270. That's a big kid. That's a big kid.
Without a doubt. And there's that contrast as he's lined up next to the shortest guy out there.
Yep, Pim Fong. He's out there at 5'2", 115. If you haven't seen that, he wears number 42. He's quick, he's fast.
And he's in there on the tackle.
Yep.
Now, maybe not that time.
He's, Pim Fong, you just say he's a hard-nosed kid. He's got an older brother who played here. Same kind of kid.
That was Matt Schreier on the bottom of the pile that time.
Scott Gardner at 5'7", 245 pounds comes in to replace Pim Fong. They want to put a little beef in the middle of that line on a short down play.
Yeah,
3rd and 1. Rosenau gives straight ahead, and big pile up in the middle. It's going to be close. Trissoni was the ball carrier.
I don't think that he got it. The official just slid the ball back a little bit further from where it was, so I think it's going to be a 4th down, but I guess they're going to measure here, bring out the chains.
Yeah, it's close enough. Eric West, the defensive captain for Logan, over on the sidelines talking to his coaching staff as they bring this out.
Third quarter of action, we've seen both teams go down the field, but no points put up on the board. Those turnovers will do that every time.
And it's short.
Yeah.
The Central's got a big decision to make here.
No, we know they like to power the football. This is certainly a situation to show that you can power the football.
Well, you'd think that they'd put this away.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Look at this. They're going for it.
Big play.
Yeah, it is. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
They had their offense clicking in their first series, and a fumble stopped it. They're still pretty confident in their offense. There they go.
Oh, big hole. Big hole.
Wrapping him up and taking him down was Justin Thorson. But Trissoni picked up plenty of yardage on that 4th down play.
And Nate Backham led the way through there for him, and was able to punch the hole for him, and they picked up that 1st down.
That's the way this Central team is. They run and run and run. That you gotta try it, I guess. When you're down by 3 TDs, and you've got just a little over a quarter left to play in football.
And they run and run. Doesn't matter what down it is, 1st or 4th. Now they got to throw it this time on 1st.
He's got his man Trissoni out here. He slips the tackle, gets the 1st down, still on his feet. Oh, he stepped out of bounds just before midfield.
That brings things to life over on the central side of the field. Move the chains down.
Logan might have been lulled a little bit by the run, and all of a sudden Rosenau comes out there and dumps it off to the back out of the backfield.
Well, you talk about establishing the run before you throw the football.
They certainly did that.
That's what they did here, especially in this second half. They have been running the football and moving it pretty effectively, too.
Well, they've got to have a ton of yardage in the second half, Central, but that fumble killed them. Rosenau back again, man over the middle, he's got him open, slips a tackle, he's got one man to beat. He could go all the way, he will. Touchdown, Central.
Wow, just like that, Nate Bockham with the touchdown for Central. Broke that tackle and took it down there with 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's 21-6.
No flags, a 52-yard touchdown pass from Rosenau to Bockham.
Nice run by Bockham that time after he took the football right in stride, breaking the tackle, taking it down into the end zone. And Central finally able to get up on the scoreboard. And they're going to try and add one more here. They're going to kick for the extra point.
Oh,
somebody moved.
Yep.
Logan's pointing fingers.
Yeah, they are. Well, I think they're right. They made a move towards him, and
pretty much the whole left side for Logan moved.
You got about 3 guys from Logan jumping at him, and Central, they jumped.
And all the officials are going to get together and discuss this one.
These extra points are big because you miss one, it's going to force you a little bit later on.
Oh, look at that.
It's
against Logan.
Yeah. So that means that'll be assessed on the kickoff, I would think.
Central going to discuss things now and make sure that the plan is the same. And I don't think the plan is the same.
You might be right, Pat. They might be going for 2. Let's see.
I think they are going to try to put 2 points up on the board here now. They move players in and out.
Trussoni's in there, and Trussoni has got some equipment problems here as he tries to strap on his helmet, and the official's giving him a timeout.
I think they've got it straightened out now. Ready to go here.
Bockham and Trussoni in the backfield. Rosenau, quarterback, gives option play. Rosenau going to keep it. Not going to make it.
It looked like he had the corner, and he was denied.
So no touchdown, but Central gets into the scoring column just before the end of the third quarter. With 25 seconds left in this quarter, we'll take a quick break and be back. Across Central, ready to kick off to Logan. Trailing 21-6. That fumble after that first drive in the opening of the second half looms pretty big.
It does, yeah.
Denver Harris takes the ball for Logan. Fake handoff back there. Harris going up the far side of the field, cuts up. He had a wall of blockers, and he had to cut behind him. And not much of a return as Central knocks him down at about the 15-yard line.
Well, they pulled that fake handoff, and they still had some defenders coming over this way, so it worked out fairly well for him, but he just couldn't get around the corner over there. Just 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Now, last time Logan had the football, they moved it, so we'll see if they can do the same thing. Moved it very effectively, and then they finally gave it up on a turnover.
A couple of those turnovers hurting both these ball clubs. 7 seconds left in the third quarter, and Manchester's going to let his team run this clock out as we conclude the third quarter. It's 21-6 here at Swanson Field.
Yeah, so far for Central, they've taken the football 2 times and moved it right downfield. Unfortunately for Central, the first time they came down, they gave it up on a fumble. But Logan having pretty good success here moving the football in the second half as well, and they gave it up on a turnover. So we'll see if Logan can come back and put some more points on the board.
lot of running in this football game, although we got two quarterbacks that can prove that they can throw the football. Manchester handing off, and not much in there.
Not much at all that time as they tried to head right in to the center of that defensive line for Central there. In fact, it doesn't look like they're going to move it back about half a yard.
Second down, we'll still call it 10. Ball is at about the 11-yard line for Logan. Back to pass goes Manchester, sets up, airs it out, and he overthrows his man out there intended in the flat. And he had a lot of arm in that one.
He did. He was trying to get it to Steve Butterfield, and Butterfield did have a shot at it. He went up high for it. Butterfield is 6'3", one of the taller players out there, but unable to bring that down.
Third down and 10. You give Manchester time like that, he can be dangerous on you.
Well, we've seen him air it out a couple of times here, and one time going for a touchdown, it was on a tip, almost intercepted in the first half by a Central defender, but tipped in for the touchdown.
So Manchester out of the shotgun. First time we've seen that all night. Looking downfield, he's got Harris out here in the flat with a blocker out in front of him. Harris slips 1, 2, 3 tacklers. Now he's got a foot race as he turns upfield. Denver Harris catching that football, an excellent run afterwards.
Well, you can tell the way he caught that ball, it was full speed ahead for Denver Harris, and finally able to be brought down by Carl Schmidt for the Central Red Raiders. But boy, he was going and twisting and turning.
Boy, it's hard to bring that kid down once he gets some open field running going.
He seems to kind of get down low, doesn't he, Art? And when he gets down there, it's just hard to get a hand on him to bring him down. He scoots right between people.
Just got good vision out there to run that football. On the line tonight, WIA playoff berth as well as the Mississippi Valley Championship. Winner is assured at least a co-championship if Holman wins against Toma tonight. Shotgun once again. Manchester with a little delay. Goes up the middle. He's got some nice yardage, but he's nailed. But not before he picks up about 9.
Well, just when we thought maybe we had seen it all from Logan here, they're coming out with a little different look here in the fourth quarter and picking up some nice yardage with it. Going to give him a nice opportunity here. Second and short, second and about 1.
Good open field tackle by Adam Frost, a sophomore playing the defensive backfield for Central. Manchester now looking at a 2nd and 1. Hands off, this is Harris. He's got it, got the outside, and he slides up across midfield.
As he pats the ground when he's brought down, he wanted more than that. Looked like he might have a little more daylight, but able to get the first down. And Logan continuing right where they left off last time they had the ball. They're moving it downfield.
Last week against Marshfield Columbus, this Logan Ranger football team just couldn't move the football whatsoever. Their defense gave up 35 points. Marshfield Columbus, granted, great team, but this is a whole new ball team on the field tonight for Logan. Handoff, Harris left side, slips some more tackles, and again, big yardage on first down play.
He had a nice hole there on the left side. He came blasting through that hole, and by the time the Central defense was able to react to it, the play that developed so quickly, he had picked up 6 yards.
6 yards out of the carry, bring up a 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 now.
You know, Art, going into that first half, you look at the 4-game winning streak for Central, and a big loss last week for Logan. You sure didn't know it, the way things happened here in the first half.
Boy, as you said, it was a big build-up to this football game. These kids want to win it. Both sides. Harris, close to the first down. Yeah, they're playing for this arc that's been sitting at Central High School, and these kids want it back up here.
Well, in the paper today, Matt Schreier talking about how he wanted to get a look inside of that, and he was leading that time. He's the one who poked the hole in there almost enough for the first down. He was up past that first down marker, but the ball carrier wasn't able to follow quite close enough to pick it up.
See, it's 68 years that this has been going on.
I think 68 years, and isn't it 66 years with the arc?
I think so. The advantage is 33 to 26 to 8 to Central. So flags on the play, and it'll be called against Logan. I don't know how many schools in the state could say that. 66 years of competing against each other.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. Especially when you're going after a share of the conference championship and looking for the playoffs and your arch rival from across town. You throw everything away. The momentum and the attitude is there when you get into the game, and you can see it here tonight.
That other game that's got playoff implications after this play will tell you. Manchester, little pump fake, running out wide, and he's going to take it upfield, and maybe he picks up a yard, and he really gets decked out of bounds. We got some extra discussions going on out there. Toma taking on Holman tonight. In the preseason picks, it was Central, Logan, and Toma is thought to be the inside track to the championship. Holman snuck in there. Tonight, going into the game at 3-1 in the Mississippi Valley, Toma was 2-2, and if Toma loses tonight to Holman, then Holman automatically gets a piece of the crown.
Here's a Logan punt. Is this the first Logan punt that we've seen tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, skips it to him, gets past him. Look out. And it's going to be trouble. Knocked out of bounds. So Central, with some good field position, 7:53 left to go in the ball game. It's 21-6. And Central is going to be starting out, well, on their side of the 50-yard line.
Central with some excellent field position. They haven't had much tonight. It'll be at about the Logan 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's where it's going to end up, on the Logan 45.
And we got time. There's just inside of 8 minutes left here for Central. 21-6.
And look at Central. I mean, they're ready to go. They're lined up and ready to play some football here.
Rosenau straight back, looking downfield. Over the middle he goes.
Oh, yeah! Whoa!
Denver Harris.
Oh, just like that. Logan takes it right back.
Ham Knipp tackling Harris, but Denver Harris with a one-handed snag out of the air.
Yeah, he just reached up there with one hand, pulled it down, and headed upfield. Well, the crowd was going, defense, take it away, and Denver Harris did just that. Logan is back in business.
I was surprised he came up with that. I thought he was going to be just out of the picture. That was a great pass.
Yeah, it looked like he might be actually beat on the play, but he got that one hand up, and he snagged it.
And Harris right back in the lineup on the offense after the interception. He carries the football again. Back to the line of scrimmage.
He comes up with the interception, comes back on offense, and they give it to him right away. He picks up about a yard on first down.
What an important cog for Logan. Denver Harris.
About 7 minutes left to go in the football game. It's 21-6. Logan with the lead and the football.
Harris missed the game because of that bruised thigh, and he's still the leading rusher for Logan. Flag in the backfield. Oh, there it goes.
That'll be indicated as a touchdown, but we've got to see what the flag is all about. He did drop the ball, but the official down there indicated he was into the end zone when he dropped the football, but let's see here. It's going to come back. It's against, the penalty is going to be called against Logan. So that one's coming back.
Jeremiah Shaver is down in the end zone. He came down, well, I don't know, Pat, he might have come down on his shoulder kind of funny. That's easily one of those kind of falls that can take out a shoulder.
Yeah, he got tripped up just at the last second there. Made it across the end zone.
In the backfield, though, there was a...
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah, there's a legal block back there somewhere. Jeremiah Shaver, though, is still down in the end zone. And they'll mark this one off. It's going to call it all the way back. But they're getting a couple of players down at the other end to help Shaver off the field.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold that time on Logan.
You know, and the thing is, Pat, that probably didn't have any bearing on how the play actually ended up.
Yeah, the play was well beyond it by the time the flag came flying. He's up. Nice round of applause.
He dove into the end zone. He couldn't get his hands out in front of him. Shaver is only a sophomore.
He could taste that touchdown. He was going in there no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what.
He wanted that
Head
sucker
first.
bad.
That was a nice run.
Now, instead of being a touchdown for Lacrosse Logan, it's now 2nd and 21 as that penalty moves the ball way back. Hand off to Denver Harris.
And now that bringing the screams of delight from over on the central side of the field. They're starting to think that they'll get the ball back pretty quick here. It'll be 3rd and a long situation here.
And now the clock is becoming a factor. 6 minutes left in the contest.
Well, it's going to force Central out of that running game, and we saw that first down in the last series. They got the ball and went for the pass right away, and that was picked off by Logan.
Ball on the Logan 33-yard line. It's a 3rd down, 21. Manchester, quick little pop pass over the far side. It's going to Phim Fong, and he fumbles it out of bounds. Still way short. That was Denver Harris over there. Phim is about a 10-yard pickup.
And that'll bring up the 4th down, so Central will get the football back here with 5:49 left to go in the ball game.
Logan had trouble with the last snap. I would fully expect that Central's going to put the pressure on him. Got 1 man back, and they'll have 10 guys coming after this football.
Yeah, they've got a lot of people up real close this time. Look at that.
Yep, they're stacking up.
They drop back.
Nothing on the return.
Jeremy Lawrence is there, and he wraps him up as soon as he gets it. So Central has got a ways to go here.
Lawrence, 5'11", 180 pounds. He's a junior. Playing special teams like that, you're going to get a lot of regular playing time. So Central gets the football back inside of 6 minutes left in the game. Now it's going to cause Rosenau to really put it up in the air.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw the football here, although I suspect with Central we'll see some running mixed in with it.
Rosenau sacked.
He goes down.
And that's Phim Fong.
It is, yeah.
And he is so quick. He gets around people, and that's the biggest asset he's got. He's tough as nails. He is so quick and gets in there.
He got in there quickly, and it was a little bit difficult to tell who exactly made the play, and then one of his teammates picked him up and hoisted him up in the air, and he's probably the only teammate that they could do that to.
Yeah, easily. So it's 2nd down and 15 with the sack. Rosenau back again. Out here in the flat, he's got a man open. He's wrapped up.
Hit immediately.
And maybe a yard in the play.
Yeah, not much that time. Corey West was there defensively for the Logan Rangers, and he brought him down as soon as he got the football.
Nate Bockham with the reception. And I think it was just the back of the line of scrimmage. I guess they do give him a yard in the play.
But in this situation, you need a lot more than that with 4:25 left to go in the football game. 21-6, Logan on top. Central trying to get something going.
Logan knows they got a pass, so they got a lot of advantage there.
Oh,
a little flip out there. And I think that's an illegal receiver.
Well, a couple of flags came down, but it didn't look like the flags came out until the tackling. But the way he pitched it out there.
I think that might be a lineman that caught that. I think it's a legal receiver that caught that football.
And maybe it just took them a minute to get their flags out because it was just too convenient that they had him right in front of him there.
Yeah, just looked and went, wait a minute, that guy can't catch that. They very well declined this pass, or this play penalty.
We'll see what indication we get here.
He's got to think of what the play is.
Yeah, how do you show us that? Well, it's against Central.
Whatever it is, I'd be surprised if they take it because it'll bring up 4th and 14 if they decline it. Get the football back and they can control these last 4 minutes pretty easily.
taking a couple minutes here to discuss the situation.
I think that was a legal receiver.
Well, if it was a legal receiver, then you do lose the down, don't you? It is, yeah, it's a loss of down. So that's why they do take that one on the illegal receiver with the loss of down.
Yep, so they get the best of both for Logan. And that really puts that football deep in Central's territory, about the 7-yard line. They got to punt it out of their end zone.
Yeah, with the 4th and 25, there isn't much they can do, even though there's less than 4 minutes left in the football game now.
Justin Thorson deep to receive for Logan. Nice punt. Going to come out here about the 45-yard line. Thorson fields it at the 46. And a penalty out there. On the return, I think they're going to call something against on the far side. It was near where Paul Manchester was standing. Might have thrown a block out there that was on somebody's back.
That's probably what happened, because they were starting to circle back around to try to come after the ball carrier over here on the near side of the field. And the penalty flag is over right lane, just about on the far hash marks. Well, holding against Logan. So all of a sudden, some penalties starting to slow down what's been a real fast-moving second half of football here with 3:42 left to go. 21-6, Logan's lead.
And if Logan holds on to this, they are going to have, for the first time, Central will not be in the championship picture in the MVC since this league's been formed, and Lacrosse Logan has got at least a piece of it.
And that's we want the arc cheer that's coming up from the Logan side of the field over here. They're starting to think that maybe that arc will be coming across town here, the Arc of Victory, headed for the halls of Logan High School. At least that's what the Logan fans are starting to think right now.
Central won big last year, 41-22, and that was played at the university. Big pile up in the middle of the field.
You know, there haven't been quite as many points here this evening, but really it's pretty much, especially that first half, been all Logan.
Logan dominated that first half. Central came out here and they had an excellent series. They drove the ball all the way down the field about the 5-yard line, then a pitch out was fumbled, and they lost their chance to score early in the third quarter. Manchester pitching out to Denver Harris, going wide. Harris around one tackler.
He slips the tackle. He does that well, doesn't he?
What an amazing runner.
He just slips right through the tacklers and just keeps on and going. You know, they're talking about those compact runners in the NFL that are the runners of the 90s, and Denver Harris here in the high school certainly is an example of that. 5'8", 160, low to the ground, and able just to slip right through there.
Jason Merlitska comes in for Central on the opposite side. The reason I noticed him, he's a big kid. He's 6'8", 200 pounds.
And he's clean.
Yeah, he's first chance in there. Harris stumbles, and he's brought down. About a 5-yard pickup for Harris.
See, maybe we'll see all of the seniors get in there for Logan here now with just a couple minutes left to go in the ball game. Coming up on that 2-minute mark.
There are several of them. A lot of them have been in the game already tonight. Handoff, left side, big running room, first down. Jeremiah Shaver, and he's a young man who got up slowly in the end zone, but he seems just fine now.
Matt Schumacher on the stop that time for Lacrosse Central. But nice hole up to that point. Gonna make it 3rd and short. Very short. They're going to take a measurement, in fact.
March it out there. Minute 47 left in the game. 21-6, Logan leads. And it's short.
About 6 inches or so.
Breaks down third and about a foot. Hand off, once again, straight ahead.
Look at that.
Still working at Shaver.
That Logan line is taking it to him there. They just pushed him right down the field.
So with that first down, barring a fumble, Logan should be able to run this one out.
They keep going this way, they'll run it into the end zone.
They keep, yeah, that pace are inside the 20. Pitch out. Albrecht, the sophomore. Travis Albrecht.
Found some room over here on the right side that time.
He's only a sophomore, seen some action. Minute 22 as the ball goes out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Second and about 3 for Logan.
Have you ever seen the arc?
I have not seen the arc.
I haven't either, not in person. I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't seen the arc. Maybe they'll bring it out. Pitch out, far side, Shaver. Trying to get around, no go there as he maybe picked up the first down and get a couple.
That was tough defense over there on the central side.
And with a minute left in the contest, across Logan, he's got this one under control, and they're going to win themselves at least a piece of the MVC crown.
And the arc.
And the arc.
Come across town.
Yep. They'll be 5-4. Central will be 5-4 on the year. Oh, they push it up there and didn't get it in, but they're getting close. 39 seconds left.
First down.
Well, the kids want to put it in, but 38 seconds left in the game. Oh, the clock isn't going again here. There we go. And they're just going to nail it down.
Yes, they are.
That's a classic play.
Yep.
Don't need to rub it in. Don't need to run it in for another touchdown. And, you know, Bob Christopherson is not going to rub it in because, you know, Mike Anderson and he know each other very well. There's no need. You got the game under control. There's no need to jam her home for another touchdown.
Well, they'll be doing this again next year. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to do it.
That's it. 4 seconds. Across Logan's.
Look at this sea of people.
Oh, look at it come. Here come the kids. Look at this. They won the championship. Won the arc back.
What a night for Logan.
Oh, they're headed back to the WIA playoffs.
Yeah, big night for Logan. Came out here and dominated in the first half. They were not going to be denied.
That's neat for the kids. As the kids congratulate each other, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with a wrap-up of this game in just a minute. Once again, the final from Swanson Field. Lacrosse Logan defeating Central High School, and the kids from Logan really celebrating out there.
Well, the cheer has gone from "we want the arc" to "we've got the arc."
Yep.
And they are definitely happy about that. It was just a sea of students out onto the field here to congratulate their football team. And the moms and dads that are over here on the side are just as proud as can be. You can tell it was a big night here for the Logan High School and their football program.
Absolutely. And first time Central has not been in the championship situation since the inauguration of this league in 1989. So Logan pretty happy about the situation. I think they can celebrate. And it's stacked tonight because they got the arc, they got the championship, at least a piece of it, if not outright, depending on how Holman and Toma came out tonight. We have not heard the conclusion of that football game. If Toma won, then Logan is all alone as a champ. If Holman won, they are co-champs. And the final issue that was on the table tonight was the WIA playoffs, and now Logan is pretty well guaranteed a slot in the WIA playoffs.
Boy, and you've got to believe, Art, that they really set the stage to go into the playoffs on a great high note. I mean, look at the team out here. They're still huddled out, all together out there, and played a great night of football tonight, and that should propel them nicely into the playoffs.
Well, these inter-city games are great, and Mike Anderson, Bob Christopherson, the two head coaches tonight, can be proud of their kids and the effort they put forth tonight. It was a classy game here on the north side.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So, we'll wrap up tonight's game. For Pat Smith, this is Art Fay from Swanson Field. Once again, the final. It's Lacrosse Logan winning the Mississippi Valley Conference in this final game of the season, 21-6 over Lacrosse Central.